Hello, Virgo. We're going to do a yearly reading for 2020, and you can use this as, kind of like a forecast and see if it works out. You can check back on it throughout the year, see if anything resonates, see if something changes in the way you perceive it. It's kind of like a cool, handy tool. I usually do these for like private readings, but I'm going to do one for the masses here and see how it turns out. So we're going to see, Virgo, what comes out for you. I'm going to pull 12 cards, one for each month, and just give you kind of a quick overview of what it might mean for you. All right, let's see. All right, we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Wow. Okay. First off, Virgo, you have 5 major arcana, and that is a lot for a year. So if we're looking at a year view, which is like a broad view, 5 out of 12 of your months are going to have massive changes. Okay. Now 2020 is supposed to be a year of massive transformation, massive enlightenment, and all sorts of things happening. So let's move into January and see what's happening for you. Now you have simply love. Now this is the Six of Cups, and it's like a nostalgia feeling. You're recognizing maybe some of the things you've been through, some of the decisions that you've made since you were a child, and some of the things you dreamed about, how far you've come. The Six is all about recognizing our choices and choosing, okay, and the decisions that we've made already up to this point. Now with the Cups coming up, this is all about your emotions and feelings. So how you're feeling about the choices you've made, how you're feeling about the choices you're making. And in January, it's almost like you're going to get that need to check in with yourself with that. And a lot of us are doing New Year's resolutions anyway, so that seems pretty common, right? You're going to check back and be like, wow, this is how far I've come. So you'll be doing a lot of that, Virgo, in January. Now what's awesome is you get another 6 right next to it. And that's in February. So again, choices, right? But this one's going to be the love. Okay, so a lot of you, right, it says it right there, love. A lot of you are going to be getting into some serious relationships. Maybe you're going to be working for a place that you absolutely love. Maybe you're starting a new creative endeavor that you absolutely love. Either way, it's going to be love, love, love. Okay, that's like total Virgo energy anyways. So you're also going to be recognizing that this is the Lover's card, so it's something that you choose. All right, for March, you're going to be getting this healing energy. So this is the Star card in traditional tarot, and it's another major arcana. So again, Virgo, you're going to be going through some massive changes for February and March. And, maybe you're going to be doing some healing because you're loving something again. Sometimes we fall out of love with life, fall out of love with things, people, decisions, stuff like that, because we're just not on the right path. And in March, you're going to have an opportunity to do some healing. And when we can do some deep healing, we're able to break those chains that keep us small or keep our perception in a negative, sphere that keeps us really just, look at that, he's just caught, okay? But he's breaking through. So in March, you're going to be breaking through, doing some healing. And we all need to do that. That's after a tower moment. Something may have collapsed for you entirely due to this love, right? Whenever we bring something new in, something's got to go. We can't just overfill our plate till everything's falling off. You got to make room. So doing some healing, forgiving yourself is going to be really important in March. All right, let's move into April. Daydreams and decisions. So this is the Seven of Cups. A lot of feeling energy going on between these huge major changes that you have in February and March. So in April, you're going to have a lot of new decisions, a lot of new options, and a lot of daydreams about things that you want. And you're going to be faced with a lot of these decisions because of these options. Sometimes there's going to be confusion that comes with the Seven of Cups. And regardless of what you decide, it has to be around something that you truly want. And recognizing what's truly worth it for you. You know, how does that feel for you if you do this? How does it feel if you do this? Not what am I going to gain or what if it doesn't work? No, no, no. That's not what you want to be feeling in April. You want to really feel how it feels. So as you're making decisions, check in with your dreams and your daydreams because they're going to guide you forward into what you truly want. Don't settle, okay? That's that card. All right, in May, you are going to be having to find balance. Now, this can sometimes be rough, but whenever we get this, that means we already know. We already know where we're out of balance. We know what we could be working on. We know some of the things that we wanted to do maybe back in January, and we're like, oh, it's May already, and I haven't even accomplished my New Year's resolution or something, right? You're going to find some balance and really get stable again. Because this is the Two of Coins, and whenever we get the Two of Coins, it's asking us to look at our stability. How are we remaining stable? How are we creating stability? And are we able to maintain what we have on our plate, right? You can look at this as your plate. And if you add more to this, it's going to become unbalanced and things are going to spill off. So definitely checking in with how you're balancing your life in May is going to be super important for you. All right, let's move into June. In June, you got another pentacle, so this is going to be kind of like maybe slow-moving months for you. May and June may feel very slow and kind of like tedious because you're going to be also asked to open up a little bit. Maybe you're holding on to something too tight in June, and it's really asking you to let go. Take a risk. Maybe do something, invest in something. Do something that's going to bring a little bit more stability, even if you're afraid to do it. All right, because this card is suggesting that you open up to possibility and recognize and realize, right? That's what we get with the 4. Realize that there are opportunities out there, but you have to open up or you're not going to receive them. You can't really move forward if you're just sitting there holding on tight saying, I'm good. Something has to change. You know, you have to move forward eventually. You can't just sit there with what you have. So taking a risk, moving forward halfway through the year. All right, let's move into the last part here. What's really cool, Virgo, is you get the 20 card. And like I'd said, 2020 is the card and year of transformation, right? So they're both synchronistic here. And it's really towards the ending. Whenever we get the transformation, it's like a blossom, an ending to a cycle. And when we come out of a cycle, we have new wisdom, we have new experiences to work from, we have all this new knowledge. And it's all about intelligence and enduring what we've been through, right? And creating something out of it. So you're going to feel a lot of that in July, and it's going to be a huge change for you to feel that way and recognize how far you've come. Because through all these huge changes that you're going to be having, you're going to have a lot of realization and path changes. And that's going to bring you to this month of just blossoming, realizing, wow, look at all this power. Look what I've created. I can do this now. So something for you, it'll be different for every Virgo out there, is going to be a massive change in July. That could be a job, a relationship. That could be all sorts of different things. And what's so awesome is you get the very next card as 21. And that is the end of the cycle. That is going through the cycle and getting the gift of the world. Okay, the world is the very last card in the major arcana. They're right next to each other, just like your other two here. Massive shift for you, Virgo. And you're going to feel it. Like, this is not going to be something that's not felt. Every Virgo is going to feel this on some level in some area of their life. And August is going to be lit. All right. You're going to come through this feeling like you just won the race. You just, completed some massive project. Whenever we get the world card, it's like a whole leveling up, going into that next phase of your life. So it's going to be memorable. It's one of those milestones in our life that we always look back on and recall when we're speaking of huge changes in our life. So that's going to happen for you in 2020, Virgo. Huge, huge stuff. All right, let's move into September. Now, you are getting the Four of Wands. And when we get the Four of Wands, it's asking us to check out our foundation. It's saying, just take a moment, take a step back, check out what you've been building, and before you start moving all fast on it, breathe. Take a breath. Step back. Reconnect with yourself, reconnect in some way, because there's a realization that has to happen. And through meditative relaxation and breathing and just chilling out, maybe for the month, because of this huge transformation, September may be a month where you need to relax, breathe, and connect with some sort of realization, because we have the Four coming up. So big realizations happen. You have the Four here, you have the Four here. That is huge realization. And see how she's connecting with herself in a spiritual way? That may be how you find that realization. Breathe into it, Virgo. You just went through a lot, right? So just breathe. Because you get the wish card for October. This is my most favorite card in the whole deck. You get to make a wish and really use that law of attraction to your advantage. It's like getting the go for something that you absolutely have been dreaming of, something you absolutely want. It comes forward for you. So something you've been wanting is going to come forward in October. So receive, be open to receive, recognize, and, really grab onto that gratitude and the wisdom and experience that comes with the number 9 from the Hermit. And that's all about going through the cycles, right? You've been going through this huge cycle, but the chapters in between, the 10s that we reach, that's where we're really recognizing how we feel about something. So the 9 is always telling us to recognize how we feel about what we've learned. Recognize how we can make our dreams come true because of everything else that we've had come through, right? There may be this huge realization like, wow, I've been creating my life. I'm going to chill out and recreate. Now it's going to start coming through for you. October is going to be great. You guys are going to have a great year, really, Virgo. All right, now we're coming into November, and this is a really cool card because you're getting this 3, okay? Again, it's something that you're making. You're going to take the lead on it. So after your dreams come through for you and come true for you, you're going to get this 3 of Swords, and it's going to be like, take the lead on this one. What is your thoughts and communications around something that you're making? How are you going to utilize these thoughts and communications? This is where creation happens, the thought process. The 4s and the 5s and the 6s, that's where it's actually action towards this, starting to make it, right? That's when you start actually getting that physical movement on it. Right now, it's like, take the lead so that you can alter what's happening. So November is going to be pretty interesting for you. A lot of you, this will be different. It'll be either work, it could be, a cooperation between family or colleagues, something you're working on with another person. Either way, it's going to take 2 to tango, right? It's going to be more than just you, because you're going to have to take the lead in November. So recognize that whatever you're working on, Virgo, take the lead and just go for it. Ask questions later. Ask permission and forgiveness later. And you're going to finish up the year, December 2020, with the 18. Now this is the Moon card. This is where we're asked to really trust in what we're doing. Trust in the flow, trust in the divine path that's been, created and unfolded before us. This is something where you have to look and trust. You don't hang on to some kind of old shadow of yourself. You need to just recognize that there's more. There's more than just this little door with this shadow. You have to confront that. Recognize that the Moon card is always there to recognize We are following our intuition for a reason. The little voice that tells you to just keep on keeping on is real. You know, confront those fears and those negative thoughts that creep in and say you can't or don't or you're not going to be able to. All of those can'ts and nots aren't real. Confront your own thoughts because they may be keeping you small, and you don't want to enter 2021 with some kind of, complex around your own decisions. So remember, you enter January loving your decisions and really being happy with what you've been doing. So confront some of those fears as you take the lead. Maybe something fell apart, confront it. Why are you afraid of it? Trust that you're going through this thing or this experience to learn something. All right. Awesome reading for you, Virgo. Definitely stay tuned. I'll be doing monthlies, and I'll be doing your January reading here in a couple days. So please hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you like this reading, and stay tuned for more to come. Have an awesome new year. Thanks for watching.